Part 1. A Dream Takes Root. James had always dreamed of financial freedom. As a child, he would watch movies about successful entrepreneurs, imagining himself in their shoes, owning businesses, traveling the world, and living without financial worries. He didn't just want to be rich. He wanted the freedom to wake up every morning and do what he loved, without being tied to a paycheck. But reality was different. Growing up, James didn't come from a wealthy family. His parents worked regular jobs. His father was a factory worker, and his mother was a school teacher. Money was often tight, and financial stress was common in their household. One evening, when James was about 10 years old, he overheard his parents arguing about money. His father sighed and said, "If we just had a little more, life wouldn't be this hard." That sentence stuck with James. He wondered why some families always seemed to struggle, while others lived in big houses and drove expensive cars. One day, while walking through the library, James picked up a book about personal finance. The title caught his attention, Think Like a Millionaire. Curious, he sat down and flipped through the pages. The book challenged everything he had assumed about money. Wealth wasn't just about earning a high salary. It was about mindset, smart decisions, and financial habits. That night, James made a decision. He would dedicate himself to learning everything he could about money, investing, and building wealth. He didn't know exactly how he would do it, but he knew one thing. He never wanted to feel financially helpless. Part 2. Learning the hard way. James started small by analyzing his own spending habits. He was shocked to realize how much money he wasted on things he didn't truly need. Morning coffee from an expensive cafe, impulse shopping at the mall, eating out several times a week. All these small expenses added up. Instead of feeling discouraged, he saw this as an opportunity. He created a budget and set a clear goal: save 30% of his income every month. At first, it was difficult. His friends invited him to expensive restaurants, and he had to say no. They didn't understand. "Come on, James, one dinner won't hurt," his friend Mark insisted. "I know, but I have other priorities right now," James replied, trying not to sound too serious. Mark laughed. "You sound like an old man already." James just smiled. He knew he was making the right choice. To stay motivated, James started listening to podcasts about business and finance. He learned about compound interest, passive income, and the habits of wealthy people. He read biographies of self-made millionaires and took notes on what they did differently. One quote from Warren Buffett stuck with him: "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." That sentence became his motto. Part 3. First steps into investing. Eager to make his money work for him, James researched different ways to invest. At first, everything seemed overwhelming: stocks, real estate, bonds, online businesses. What if I lose all my money? He thought. The fear of making mistakes paralyzed him. Then he remembered something he had read: start small, but start now. So he did. James opened an investment account and put a small amount into index funds each month. At first, the growth was slow. Some months, his investments went down instead of up. But instead of panicking, he kept reminding himself, this is a long game. Meanwhile, he realized that a single income stream wasn't enough. He needed more ways to earn. Looking at his skills, he saw an opportunity: graphic design. He had always enjoyed creating digital artwork, so he started offering design services online. His first few clients paid him just $20 for a logo, but he didn't care. He was building something. Soon, his freelance income started growing. Every extra dollar he earned, he invested back into his portfolio. His money was no longer just sitting in a bank. It was working for him. Part 4. Building real wealth. Years passed, and James's financial knowledge grew. With his savings and investment profits, he bought his first rental property, a small apartment in a not-so-popular area. His friends doubted him. "Why are you investing in real estate? It's risky," one of them said. James just smiled. He had done his homework. He knew that real estate, when handled correctly, could provide long-term wealth. At first, being a landlord was tough. His first tenant paid late. Another left the apartment in a mess. But James learned adapted, and improved his process. Within 2 years, the rent from his property covered his monthly living expenses. He then launched a YouTube channel where he shared everything he had learned about wealth building. He started with just a few viewers, but soon, people loved his practical advice. His audience grew, and with it, a new stream of income. One evening, James checked his finances and realized something incredible. His investments and passive income now covered all his expenses. He had achieved financial freedom. Final thoughts: the real meaning of wealth. But James also realized something important. Wealth wasn't just about money. It was about freedom, choices, and helping others. With his financial worries gone, he had time to focus on what truly mattered: traveling, spending time with family, and giving back. He started mentoring young entrepreneurs, helping them avoid the mistakes he had made. One day, a college student emailed him, saying, "Your videos changed my life. Thanks to your advice, I started saving and investing. Now I have hope for my future." That's when James truly understood wealth. It wasn't just about numbers in a bank account. It was about impact. What you can learn from James. James's journey wasn't easy. He made mistakes, faced doubts, and had to make sacrifices. But through discipline, continuous learning, and persistence, he achieved his dream. His story teaches an important lesson. Wealth is not just about how much you earn. It's about how you manage, invest, and grow your money over time. And just like James, anyone can start their journey today. Now it's your turn. What steps can you take today to build your future wealth? Share your thoughts in the comments.